What's your opinion on the new characters being BP locked? All right, you know what? I think it's time. I think it's finally time. Since nobody will stop asking, there's a reason why I haven't made a video about it or really talked about it yet. You want to know why? Because I'm not going to be someone that's going to be throwing the pitchforks and having this whole rage thing until I have everything. There's no point until everything's out there. Granted, of course, there's things obviously like, you know, it's like a little bit restrictive. Can't like, gotta be careful like what you talk about, right? But there's things that have gotten leaked, like the cinematic got leaked and all this stuff. But like, I'm gonna just tell you, you should not watch it. Like, if you like, yeah, you could probably still find it somewhere, even though I think it's like getting copyright striked. You should not watch it. Why are you gonna ruin the experience for yourself? First off, I hope I don't get in any trouble for it, but like, there's a lot of people that worked on that kind of stuff that are gonna be like, that are like real sad that it got leaked, you know? Because like, I'm sure like they're like normal humans. They were proud of that kind of stuff, you know? As much as I could easily farm 100K view video, clickbait rage, tell you all the reasons why you should be mad and just, you know, slam your fist down and all this stuff, like, it's very clear that this is a sensitive topic for Overwatch, because those who didn't see, I'll show you. John tweeted out, because things got leaked about the Battle Pass, saying, we'll be sharing all the details ahead of launch, but want to confirm that new Overwatch 2 heroes will be available on the free track of the Battle Pass. And then there was a question that was asked, it was, what happens if you don't reach that specific tier in the Battle Pass? Are you going to be forever locked from using that hero, or are you grinding at the same, or you weren't grinding at that specific period of time? Saying, we will have free paths to get new heroes in future seasons too. Who is John? John is Overwatch commercial leader and VP at Blizzard. So basically, he used to work in Overwatch League, basically like does all the marketing for the game, right? You have to understand, like, they very quickly knee-jerked back because they don't, like, they have plans and they have things that they probably want to show all at once, because I hate to say it, it's gonna be a free-to-play game. What happens with a free-to-play game, we all know, is that you get the game for free, but most of the time, like, they want you to spend money. That's the point, right? I do want to point out one small thing. First off, it's hard to really be objective without having all the information, because if you agree with people without having all the information and be angry, then you're misinformed because you don't have everything. Everyone's misinformed that doesn't have all the information. That includes me. We can be misinformed and angry and be together, or you can disagree and say, let's wait and see it all together, and then you're a Blizzard shill. So it really isn't fair to anyone that your two options are either to agree and be angry or to be a shill. You understand it's actually the fucking opposite, right? By not giving into the whole rage culture of the reaction and choosing to go, I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna wait to see what all of it is, so then I can make a decision. I lose money in that. I don't make money. We're not getting paid. I would make more money from a 100K video than I'll make from the small whatever clip or whatever it ends up being. So instead of being a sellout, it's more of a buy-in. You know? The argument doesn't make sense, but if you want to be upset about that, that's fine. I'm not saying that the idea of having heroes have to be unlocked over time is, like, good. I'm just saying, let's hear all of it first. That's it. That's my only opinion, is wait for everything to come out and then we'll talk. That's my stance. Make money with characters, no new character brings traction. It's not the point. The point is I promise you, I've streamed this game for 2.5 years, made videos for 2 years. I promise you, I will give you a full opinion all the way through on goods, bads, what's a little interesting, what's not really that interesting, things that are maybe a little bit more predatory versus not predatory, when I have every piece of info. Because if I jump in and just go down the rage route, I don't think I could consciously feel good about it later, knowing that all I did was just drum up some extra rage over this very small thing. Because genuinely, and I hate to say this, nobody outside the Overwatch community reacted. Nobody gave a fuck. Like, that's where we are right now. Nobody cared. It was just the Overwatch community that got really mad. That's it. Why not wait until everything comes out, and then we can drum up everything on it, you know? Asmongold made a video on it? Okay, so Asmongold made a video on it. There's one person that's a very major influencer that has a lot of pull made a video on it. Okay. But that's not all the information. He looks at the leaks or whatever was put out and said, yeah, that's bad. I'm not saying I disagree. It's not about disagreeing or agreeing. I'm not saying I'm on either side. I want all the info because there's a balance here we have to remember. And this means everybody. This is going to be a free-to-play game. People are going to look back at old Overwatch and be like, look, in old Overwatch, I paid $60 and I got all this stuff for free. Why do you think we are where we are now? As a company, especially in corporate America, that makes no new money at all, how do you expect them to incentivize making new stuff? I want to see it all done at once, and then we can pick it apart. And actually, based off of the information we have, if we want to focus on old Overwatch and talk about having, like, we used to get all this stuff for free. First off, that's why we're f***ed. That's why they gave up on the game, basically, because it wasn't really making the money that other games were. Granted, didn't they say that heroes are coming out like every other season? It's like every 9 weeks is some new content, whether it's a hero or a map. Let's hypothetically, without any other information, say that you had to buy the battle pass to get the hero, right? Let's say hypothetically. So every 9 weeks, you get some new piece of content. So every 18 weeks.
Together, we are strong.
Is this flats from more flats?
No. Every 18 weeks, you should hypothetically get a new character, correct? Based off of the watch point pact that we had gotten previously, we know that the battle pass is 1,000 coins. We know that 2,000 coins is equal to $20. So the battle pass then is $10. Let's say on those seasons that it's a map, right? You don't have to buy the battle pass. You're not missing the character. Like, I don't think maps are going to be behind the battle pass. If they are, then we got big problems. Not the point. That's why we need all the information. So every 18 weeks, you have to spend $10. Chat, any mathematicians in chat, that if you spent $60 up front, doing it $10 every 18 weeks, how many weeks would it take to pay $60 through the battle passes? 108 weeks? So just over 2 years. So let's say in a hypothetical situation, from what the knowledge we have now, what we have right this second, if you had to buy every hero, and your argument is that you'd rather pay $60 up front and not have to pay for anything later, which I hear you on, which I think is no longer real, like, gaming anymore. Like, you're not expecting a game to last for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years off of one initial purchase. Off of that same monetary program where you're paying $10 for each battle pass every 18 weeks or so, it would take you 2 years to get to the point where you're now paying more than where you were paid up front. I'm just saying, that's not that bad, realistically. But the whole point being is, that's only off leak information. We don't actually know if that's the only way. It actually could be way better than that. Let's wait. That's my stance on it. Because even with the information that we currently have, that doesn't look good. It's not like they're saying run thy pockets. So if it seems like this is like a bad look right now, and I don't disagree, it isn't. I want to wait for all the information to come out. Because if all the information comes out, then we can go, yes, that's actually not that bad, or go fuck yourself. And I will totally be there with you. And if you don't believe me, I've been doing this for 2 years of this same shit. I have so many videos about this. I will be there right with you saying, go fuck yourself. Absolutely always been there. And that's not going to change. Difference is, I want to wait because I want this game to succeed. And I want it to do well. And I think everyone does. So let's see what they got. And then we can decide.